Yes, sir, baby. A lot of your text messages about Yenken Kaima. We need to put our trust only in God, for with God all things are possible. Nana Bonsu campaign for Jesus Ministry Sunyane. Politics is not about responding to the comments people make, but to focus on your agenda for the people. President Mahama should focus on his governance, if only he thinks he's doing what he lured Ghanaians to do for them. Titi Obrikum Nadeba. Thank you for the wonderful job you're doing. Omai, could you please tell the Nkranza-based investor, Jester Motors, to tell us something, for he's been silent for a very long time. Bongo Man or Drobo, and good morning. The economic hardship, rampant and widespread corruption in every sector of the economy, high unemployment rate are signs of the bad nature of John Dramani Mahama's government and the incompetency of John Mahama in managing Ghana. Zion Wawa, President Mahama is right about Baumia. Even Nanado has not tasted a VP apprenticeship before. Nyantechiwo Boase. There is nothing new in this Yatiabre budget. From Watco boss Afukukum, teacher Sechiwa Afukukum, thank you Kukum for, especially to SHS for Monum and our teacher Charles Beffy. Omain, is this a budget, dead good budget, visionless budget, unplanned budget, and hardship budget? Ghanaians should vote Mahama out 2016. These market women and men are ungrateful. They always make unnecessary complaints about difficulties in the country, yet they're also part of the cause of hardships in the country. What do they know about the budget situation in the country? Ishak or Nkranza? My opinion is prisoners must farm a big rice farm to feed government workers. A lot of your text messages, Fabre 1760, Medical Catcher, Kennedy, Japan, and Kofi Adams, Tenasianisa, Amiatre and Common. But His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was starting a tour for Greater Accra region in Semibia or the Atutudja. I won't be distracted by useless insults. The president talks about this. Exactly what the president in the air patch, Ibedi Sanko, Yen Komra, Yaba, Ebetua Sanko.
I have been the most insulted. Indeed, I think my government has been the most insulted government in the history of this country. And every day you listen to the radio and personal invectives and insults are rained on my person. But like I said, those things are not going to distract me. I have a job to do. So boy. I was given a mandate by the people of Ghana, and I'm not going to let those useless insults distract me from that mandate. Choboy. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. If you see what your enemy will do to themselves, then you can guess what they will do to you if they get you. Choboy. The other day I received an audio recording on my WhatsApp, and I opened it and listened to it. Indeed, I felt so sad. I felt sad. I mean, no cultured person should ever do what the woman who was talking on that audio did, Auntie B or whatever her name is, insulting the former president of this country. I mean, it's unacceptable. I don't know how many of you have heard that audio recording. It's unacceptable. And I felt sad for President Kufuor. But then it also gave me, in Twi we say, Arishim, because if they can insult President Kufuor like that, they ask for me, they will grind me in Apotoyua. They'll grind me in Apotoyua. They've told all their communicators, anytime you mention Mahama or NDC, say incompetent. So you hear Baumia and say incompetent Mahama administration, incompetent. You've never held any responsibility anywhere near.
Okay, that's the President John Dramani Mahama Okasa, was starting the Greater Accra Regional Tour. Dr. Badwam, Minister Communications. Good morning, Doc. I'm to say. Adom Boko. And what is it? President, he's not his usual self. That he will not be distracted by those useless insults. One fan so hard, of course, people with no idea about what the presidency is about and they're criticizing or incompetent. Is that the usual president we know?
Madam, I say, I'm say, Oshe Asema Omampeni Ekaya clearly no. Even Crampo, a baby bit say insults are a year Crampo. His usual polite self or qualifying no, say useless insults. Not say, or your Omampeni deep in his subconscious, no. He even thinks that the opposition a quine, whether good or bad, say a yebi or this is the highest level of intolerance. The president, Oka, or say a useless insults. But ye, I say President Kufo Krampo, a year or one party for it, Pierre Eguniso. Nanina no, Yemisa say, a Hefana or Kansas some way. You know him say, Memenda, ye call Aquako to about a year the great NDC party. In the year Aquako to about, you know, Omampeni Eshasia, if the Western region, or then changing lifestyle, no, or call Western, or feel call Central, or feel call Eastern, or feel call Ashanti, or feel Ashanti, or call Brown Haffle region, Fibron Haffle region, best call Upper East, best call Upper West, yeah, yet Northern region, and Ra. Greater Accra, and then so you share a Greater Accra ahemfo. Na Ochina wako Water region. Water region Ochina no okwako ye ejuma first ewo in Kwanta se obi a community day school ano ewo ho. The 200-day schools now osisi no. Na ofi ho nso a wafa Eastern Corridor ekwan na ye constructing so. Na ade achi a we BA University of Health and Allied Sciences na ano Barry in the last minute pitches. Then, last but not least, and no obi Sane I campaign we know ewo Water region. But bia obekubiano oni amount for nekasa. Enra omampeni ekasa efa impuntu juma ekoso won kran. Ohwe akwan a ekoso. Akwan omampeni etwa ewon kran ha say ma ye kasei MPP headquarters in Nimukram to asphalt the number. Oshe, baby, to say I Bema camp interchange here away. And Ra will be a court to say Bia or far Bema camp side there. Omwana Omofa Wacheno, and Papu Juma or Mampeni, and in a buying abo. Oshe, I wish you put Wasi, Quaya, and also Adom. Oshe Kwame and Kruma interchange in Pepensua Edu, Kaswa. Interchange that air coso, Kumase Ushe I Sofo line interchange. Bro Hafo Ushe I Kuku roads are air coso, a big air I go so are air linky Ashanti region through Tepa. Ushe baby to say Upper West, baby to say Upper East, Omampeni, Ari Akaso say, a quite bit to say near if I wa edico Hamle, a quite bit to say near if it to edicosi. Navrongo through China and also Yateye, Yakaho, Northern region, Osha, I also saw 147 kilometers. Aquai Bibri na Aircoso in the health sector, great hospital expansion, police hospital, a 500-bed, military hospital in Kumasina that they are costing you. Omampeni said, these cannot be as a result of incompetence. And you know, Adolf Hitler, the time. Now our Kasamaphobia, your friend Goebbels. Now I Goebbels no me philosophy they say a stupendous lie repeated over time gains credibility. That is offer assembly and you no or when you no o boss so repeating the over time amount for Ebeji Atum.
Okay.
And today the baby shout about President Mahama any NDC biano or the cassette incompetence. And that is what Ginganoma Omo MPP Omo Yede.
Okay, but Dr. Eduardo Badwam, two critical issues. The ordinary Ghanaian, the understanding of a year 2016 budget, the chair for 2016 budget, but Masa Busebim was the president his usual self, abroad Tokoso Kase, Obi Woha, and then Ipekobi Woha, almost seven fata, some be criticized a year paying. Now, they have no idea about what the presidency is about. They are important and no person can. Your categories of people be Woha, almost a fata, some criticize Mampenyana.
And I want to use his own words. Senya Elkonko say, me and Abia may explain. No, I want to use his own words. Utiena or say, and so I noticed a very Goebbelian attitude and pronouncement in the MPP. They told all their communicators, anytime you mention Mahama or NDC, say incompetent. And so you hear Baumia and Co. saying incompetent Mahama administration. Check the operational definition here. He restricts it to the MPP and further restricts it to Baumia and Co. As we speak now in the MPP, can you be saying, Obi to say President Kufuor, I forms part of Baumia and Co. Can you say, Obi to say Chairman Paula Fuku, I form part of Baumia and Co. So even in the MPP, there are distinctions in this statement.
I don't get it. I'm sure I don't get it. I don't get it. Probably what he saw to.
And so, I noticed a very Goebbelian attitude and pronouncement in the MPP. They've told all their communicators, anytime you mention Mahama or NDC, say incompetent. And so, you hear, use the conjunction end, and so you hear Baumia and Co. saying incompetent Mahama administration. So I'm saying that, President Mahama, not on the Ghana for Unana, in any case, a Ghana for Unana, a day I incompetent, Ashon Mano say I trapia. And you know, correct. And you Ghana for Unana, Ashon Mano say trapia. So how could that be, say, a Ghana for Unana or referred to? That can be only from the fertile minds of some people who may fall still in this category. But Mamenko, I further on this. I'm saying, say, Oba Baumia and Co. now, even in the MPP Krampono, and yet Omundina and the day incompetent, Asha Omano as a trapia. Ultimate Kase Ubit say, Chairman Paula Fuku, or Oka Baumia and Co. Ultimate Kase Ubit say, President Kufuor, Eka Baumia and Co. Ultimate Kase Ubit say, Ura, I Frank Jacob, Oka Baumia and Co. I mean, several of them. Ultimate Kase Oka Baumia and Co. But Omwa, Ebia, Omo Ajimuyo Nano, Mamin Sankai, President Mahama further, and Ubit Mabama among 40. I want to use his own words. Or say, all of them in the offices they occupy, they should tell us what competence they have displayed. Anyway, my competence is not for them to judge. It is for the people of Ghana to judge. Let me repeat this.
A mark of, as a repetition, a mark of arrogance and ego on the part of the president, because say the OC Kasande, is that what it means?
Member also, not at all. But say, anyway, my competence is not for them to judge. And for them, he's referring to Baumia and Co. It is for the people of Ghana to judge. I hope, say, the a Kufuor session of the MPP. They are not saying, say, when the president says it is for the people of Ghana to judge, and not for their section of the MPP to judge, That Dankwa philosophy of rule by a few preordained elites, as espoused by Edmund Beck and Kant, these are philosophers, They are not trying to say what they say is equal to what Ghanaians must say. The president is saying that they have decided, say, Bibiara or Beka Biara, Omubonidia, Omufa incompetent and Shamu. But I said the competence, it is for the people of Ghana to judge.
I see.
It is not for Baumia and Co.
I see. Quickly, budget 2016, to the ordinary Ghanaian, first word, Ben Pa Anna Obenya free 2016. On your expectant, say, you're pregnant with a lot of a year, Nyoma, Ebemani Ye Dina Citremon Kosua Timia Abaso. And I said, it has been what now some people will say, they be a diacans and corner, and she be rich, you can find Kuntas here, not Enkuye May. Is it going to be same?
Nepacho, sir, I budget, Usha, a budgeter, a co, the new year. For instance, sir, I budget, you who say a buying a year, a community based schools are buying, Yabesi, Yanimse, Yabesi, a buying as I can once in view say, Yabetwaso, Ewo, at 2016, a fiscal year, no. And no, I say school be an Ochina or Mampeni Mahama, A.B. Ano, Ewo in Quanta in the Volta region. That is the northern part of Volta region. If you also are at the Chia, Nyamencha there, will be University of Health and Allied Sciences, barring any last minute challenges. That is one. Two, Sa budget, Kuyara, and progressively free SHS or Mampeni Asasiano, and also Asaka say provision has been made for this to take place. Sa budget Kuyara and a Great Hospital expansion project na Ekosono in Sono. The provision was made also in the 2016 estimates, send a bayer and also a Bekoso, same for Police Hospital Expansion Project, same for the Military Hospital Expansion Project, and several other hospital projects are including Bogatanga in the Upper East region. We are not seeing China. Oba Akwanya, Memsa no play, Makike Bia, Mamemfa Ikoforidia to Bunsu, and Kaho, Memfa Suhun to Apega, and Kaho, and also Yadia, Ebetwaso. Now, Osha, a hospital see, school see, roads see, Nomonia, the water project in Yano. A shoe of Faso, Emagana for Anna. You, a shoe of Faso Magana for. I see. A shoe of Faso Magana for the not say a budget to you, and also a was a budget to you. Not a treasure budget, a show a work of Faso, Emagana for. Doctor, you also say, Doctor, I've always said, sir. Personally here because as I say Busau SMP by a year is a greater card voter region store movie Ubenya Brama probably after November 21 na yet ending come yedase but still my budget it has 7 am the two no and who should so no na pese hu it has no more trouble for ten kama enti e be say mo breaking it down me ati say Mr. 2016 budget, it's a 7. Ede, but if you sound so, be no personal, move for Sanchi Moon Emre. And TSA, you say, what's a brighter medium term? And how because the day, come, touching lives, imparting the but Miss Robert Nasi. Nabre after the president, Mucha more from Antemoni Greater Accra, after 21, November 21, no, but on your Bomodia Bra. Na etimu to anu yini musa insano doso ebi adaka ebe to me na say ode adwada anopa ebe cheme one on one okay betimi ebuki no aisabria okay so viewers ni na eda wasese adwada and the doctor Adom Aneboama one on one we're discussing. Thank you very much, Doc. Okay, so that's it. Dr. Adom Aneboama, Communications Minister.
and then natural common understanding and or the Chilimuaba, Mampein Sema Waka, and Afi budget 2016, election year budget, on also Sema or the some of your text messages about Mamenda dependable for us, and Afi lucky about for us. Yadibi Adane, Crown Corda, Subian Fakadom, lucky about no more question because we're from Nandom constituency on November 21, 11, 2015. Okay, that's a campaign for somebody. And I'm mining Alaji Mahmudu Baomia who won't to mean take and some papa na wakano. It goes on. Alaji has to be in the debate. So, is this president serious? Look at how messy the nation is, and you got the guts to go for a rally. Hey, not a rally, Sumanenko. Ghana needs MPP for 2016. I want to know if the president is an NDC campaign. We are not in election year, election time, but the president is doing just that. It gets to this time, every Anamombiano, you can define it whether a campaign or the campaign. From President Jerry John Rawlings, ABC President Mahama, so we are there, he will be tagged as campaign, but he also tell you he's doing his presidential responsibilities. You know what it takes for now, and you presidency, just like the president will tell you. He knows what goes into the president. Mahama should know that all Ghanaians cannot become president. That doesn't mean if one isn't near the position of the presidency, he or she can't identify an incompetent president. Mahama is incompetent. Kweku Adisi from Jomro. On the issue of the pesticides, I learned this is not the first issue has been raised on your platform. A champion or Takwan on Osudiaba. Yesterday was World Tolerance Day, but JM showed Ghanaians he's the most intolerant person in the world. Tom Obolgana Jinchre no de brain said they also do a Jinchre Ebana. Amisko from Nzema Enibre, thanks to Mr. President and Honorable Tinachi. I don't get this one clear. You can't use mass to remove President John Mahama. Ghana will be the best judges come 2016. Jex Watakra. The man, na so Ghana, they go, oh God, help Ghana. And this one says, I now see that President Mahama hate to hear the word incompetent. He should prepare to hear more. Incompetent government, a parry from Akusumbo. And I admire the president a lot. He knows what to say at what time. He has been insulted far too long, and it is time to give MPP a dose of their own. And finally, teacher Sechi Afukukum, hey, Omahene. So if you have not been present, you can't criticize the government. Hey, John Mahama. Give me a playback of exactly what the president said again. When we come back, national organizer, ruling National Democratic Congress, Kofi Adams, Ayakado, Yeko.
I have been the most insulted. Indeed, I think my government has been the most insulted government in the history of this country. And every day you listen to the radio and personal invectives and insults are rained on my person. But like I said, those things are not going to distract me. I have a job to do. So boy. I was given a mandate by the people of Ghana, and I'm not going to let those useless insults distract me from that mandate. Choboy. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. If you see what your enemy will do to themselves, then you can guess what they will do to you if they get you. Choboy. The other day, I received an audio recording on my WhatsApp, and I opened it and listened to it. Indeed, I felt so sad. I felt sad. I mean, no cultured person should ever do what the woman who was talking on that audio did, Auntie B or whatever her name is, insulting the former president of this country. I mean, it's unacceptable. I don't know how many of you have heard that audio recording. It's unacceptable. And I felt sad for President Kufuor, but then it also gave me, in Twi we say, arishim, because if they can insult President Kufuor like that, they ask for me, they will grind me in a potoyua. They'll grind me in a potoyua. They've told all their communicators, anytime you mention Mahama or NDC, say incompetent. And so you hear Baumia and Co say incompetent Mahama administration, incompetent. You've never held any responsibility anywhere near presidency before. You don't know what it is like to be president. So boy, I will take that word from Kufuor or from Rawlings because they've been there before. All of you guys have never ever come near the presidency. You know what it is to be a president? And you stand and say, incompetent Mahama administration, incompetent Mahama administration.
Back. Kofi Adams, national organizer for the ruling National Democratic Congress, Atani, the president speak and interpretation is a bit of an arrogant president. Now, if you criticize, it means that you don't know what you're about. Is that what the president is telling us as Ghanaians today? Yatu abamano. And which you know, when you could atima catcher inim kwaya fasu kudi mampenyi ntini saa pepepe eso incompetent Mahama and dancing to us incompetent Mahama. Kofi, are you happy this morning with this statement from the president?
Yo, odi kanma mincha mo hwe anope onso amutie through the various media outlets so michia ho. I'm the studio, so much as some studio, allocate quite
advancing the better Ghana agenda.
Say, sorry na more kasade o inyama mayedi. I don't think that reflective or mo studio.
Oh sure,
there's
but you know what we
look, whatever it is, improvement. With improvement, but with Jumama, it means that things are getting better.
Okay.
Saying get better. Nice. I commend you for a beautiful studio. Ma, this is a peja air aketiano so enkosro na staff no so I see sure the year omuye na aketiano so akoso na ama mutuma cover more programs but
thank you.
Constitution is doing quite well. You are extending a private person with my years are taking the frontiers of the media. No, it's good, but just that sometimes outlets being the way mutilting just too much. All the same.
You joy, you senpai, you shira, you love, you Adom, you Badwam. If you can outlets now, join you.
It drew baby some of my outlets as if the Nana Kumia Betina or directly this. But all the same, I think you are doing well. Omampinia Kasa.
Kabachiao, I senpai for you.
Omampinia Kasa. Now with your Mampini Kasa here. I say, Omua. Omu bejeji. They say, ne juma oridino, odi juma no papa na odi no papa Ghana fo. So wanka there Ghana fo ni hu akwenya there. Omu bekasa 8 years ana edru time awode omu kasa o mekasa. But ni ana o kanu. Oh sorry. You see the nuances of being a president. Ohin Undi ohini pen na assembly koko ohini nenim na se okasa. Maybe what tinchen what you there oh say nanko there adeneko. Anko sa anche there ohini no oye incompetent. Because ohini no undi bi pen. Ni ayema ohini no ma asem no call the way I call
it.
Untiase. Unka hu bi. Wona maybe what now happens, unfortunately, in few occasions, neither they will be abdicate ana ye be two ka otina wa to nyanko oboade nyankopo na be de betu safrew but ebano in our political system ye nyam mampini a omo abako omo atena ho omo nim the nuances of governance and edru bibina se omo judge a they can judge in a certain way. What you hear program a wo ye nko ho hwe o omo tumi join there o adi a omahini ye de o wanye ni ye nko de o ye ni say that does not mean that omahini ye incompetent because ye de wo betina egwano do maybe nya omahini ye ya wo hu bibi kakra de wanye ni ye no untumi ye kura nkodu that level no. So the use of the word incompetent no should be left for omo sa adwuma no omo edi bi pen eno che de men criticize it. Utumi ka de the way omahini wo read with text messages enko ye one reading ye and now one year say that does not mean that we are incompetent. So there's a difference. Baumia minister kra wundi ye Nanado na maybe President Adom we the minister first or the no Attorney General Justice wambo adini yenti oyini free ho immediately and or the no also okay had Abraham mutuma supervise ye wo system foreign affairs no ya establish a solid system wo ho wo nya de kra wo kwa ye wo diplomats a omunu deal the ambassadors and the rest that will give you briefs and a ho de wo kwa it could fit in. You bet check when or the no share. Here, flag bearership. Upede woka competence and incompetence. There were many flag bearers. We can analyze the MPP internally the way. Say challenges are or minor face. And I had the judge competence there. And yet today, Nanado and Baumia are qualified to even lead MPP.
How?
Because yenya Professor Albert Edubwahi. Menkai he used a gown also, something like also as a running mate. One lady MPP pen. You MPP for 92. And I benya President Kufo any late going Kensenaka our Great Alliance in 96. You the way our lady MPP. And I yesanya President Kufo any late Aliu Mahama in the year for the year 2000 after 98 primaries. And I yesanya President Kufo ni late Baumia Bio for 2004. You the way not only the MPP both in opposition and in government. Uti there within the party. Problems this year, you see the Kogu will be so ama we were.
But I'm not sure. So you attribute you attribute that to
maybe my myself. And now party hunsem obiako will be sick we kumwa just because of maintaining hunsem. And now yafa akwenyabi chairman and now empeniphobia only President Kufone late President Aliu Vice President Aliu Mahama and omagin code so no mofa kwa mboni biso edi yi na debi. A drew bribia the system any Haruna Seku no ye chairman kura omunu wonsem na yeden omuma Haruna Seku na offer a meeting asana omudi nasem. That is due process. Ene eje na akoba imra no chede yenye BBC na ye yimbra na esi nchen na ya ma obi a abra chairman no wo ho no na ya ma na vice na offer meeting yemfa nkotu chairman
party you're unable to go a party share
and part of formation
national council and make decision who are we say part of that society
say challenge and ye measure obini competence and ye Baumia and Nanado have incompetently led MPP. Even as a small group, just class prefect and the deputy class prefect, Muntu Gada, and the Namu pre, they're the same people there. Yemfa school in Amfa Mount, Nabeye school prefect, any assistant school prefect. And yes, sir. It will not work.
But what kind of simple? But this is for my idea, say, Nipa Binimusa.
Neighbor, or my idea, share President Mahama ansa na President Mahama NDC beba no na nkra hakra ma yemfa nkra no fa example ansa na mako other regions mi ayebeti kufo gallon na den insuo hu problem mi ayebeti say ye call ubehu na mu media fo ya mu call hospital na mu yi na nkrofo gu ho bebre ebi no mu nya baby nda no mo did the form and so on and so forth na enoni the story edaho
but it has not changed.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't change overnight.
7 years.
Maybe it doesn't change there. We could dance or repair na sasa. Ene we call region and then eko so ho. You see hospital, you buy hospital num. You the thousands of beds here then they become. We call Legon school for now. Omusian le omuba be a doctor for no muko kolebu. Ene abayno se debi. Ma yensi 600 bed capacity hospital or hospital modi beye mu training. Uko dodoa or district hospital ene mampini be koko ye den ye bemu. Various places are YCC clinics. Lekman, Lejokuku Teshene Nungwa area hoso ye sibiso ho. Just to reduce the traffic congestions of various places. But it doesn't take a day, a year to do that. But who there ekoso. Wa mo amuta tu kwan bebre mo ko abrochi ni other places ba mo fro plane wo Kotoka International Airport. Mo be dru sa wo be hu na dru enyumre sa na ehwa congested passengers bebre aba. Ene ya mampeni ko bue the new expanded arrival hall. Ebema comfort for investors in Ghana for omutu kwambano omu bedru ho they would have enough space to be able to come in. Incompetence. Circle haya ohe problema yenya in terms of movement of vehicles either anopa ana enyumre upon ejuma the number of minutes will spend was just within the circle area osan the level of because akwakoye a connecting point to many outlets na mampinyi obaye ne yatra ho a design ye dane ho into an interchange ebema traffic flow no are free so that fuel na washing for be 20 minutes 30 minutes ube traffic in ene that time now we'll spend a very reduce it to maybe even 2-3 minutes.
Okay, remember issues about president say ego and I say arrogance and I say the and I need your catch even if it's a section of Ghanaians say we are not fit to criticize him. Remember say area
one can't fit to baby my far worse in French one can't criticize.
Okay,
there's a difference between criticize but catch we there with the high who program now wo ye now 1 year mutuma criticize
a different from say or more money
because there we are incompetent.
Okay, all right. Okay, Japan.
I can mutuma criticize.
Virginia said the president has been specific and has given an appropriate response, especially to a party for amongst which were caught to the extent where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Edin. Now it settles the matter. Who may who they are, keep your cool, especially members within your party. Namunja, the issue about incompetence. Do you know what goes into the presidency?
What goes into?
And yet the normal seat of every president.
What goes into president?
Appropriate.
You know, let me tell you. Dana NDC for first of all, the things they said, with all the good things President Kufuor even did, and what they said, including Kofi Adams sitting here. And now let me show you what incompetence is. You see this paper? I call it a hole in heart. What we are 16,000 since December 2011, 13 December 2011. Nyanya surgery. No more kipusikano. Look, Ministry of Health. This is what we call incompetence. The system does not take care of anybody in this country except NDC for Chrono.
Oh my.
Okay?
Oh man.
Please,
No.
let me I'm giving you evidence.
No, go Honorable Japan.
Ministry of Health and now the minister don't run the cardiothoracic center. Indeed, a drum brebinu. The director. Why did he say? Also, more running an independent, separate from even Kolebu Nankasankra. They are not part of Kolebu.
So,
surgery, you don't stand on that, and because of that, the entire government is incompetent. That is an incompetent analysis.
Okay.
In that case.
Okay. So,
what is here? What is here? Kofi Adams, Ministry of Health. Ghana Health Service.
And the Ghana Health Service is
of course. So what are you talking about?
Okay, so
this is the type of.
Does it take a rocket scientist to know, say, Abino, and you know,
you see,
does it take a rocket scientist?
Let's listen to his incompetent analysis.
Does it take a rocket scientist to tell you, say, you did national health insurance buy, number good and cash and carry. Last week, I seen for me 26,000 Ghana cedis cash.
Omuni card and I say card in Yajuma.
And Yajuma. So, yes, me was in for hospital. Me my patients.
As what?
Patients.
Patients for what? Omukra NHIS.
Hospital.
Yes, our hospital.
Who are we for NHIS? Covered NHIS covered.
That's what I'm asking him there.
Listen, me do ho. My court sisters ho. When you make car, with national health insurance. Yes, hospital. And please, you see, you are not competent. Your understanding of governance is stealing. Case close.
How do you make such an emphatic statement? No.
That is why he has become successful. Maybe through stealing.
Maybe say anywhere in the world, you could have done 10 times of what is here. The amount you cost now. Yes. Yes.
But
yes. Stealing.
How did you arrive by that?
How do I arrive? Because my 2 point, meaning you're the estimate bad. You know.
There we go. Again.
Okay? No, my young can't correct. Now, President, your catch say your government is incompetent or incompetent, and you come up with state media. I can also reply with the same hash, but and I will explain why he's incompetent. I mean, Mammy Boomfu may reply and come to me on the same tone. How will you see? Because you are arrogant in this country.
No, but the point is that we're making it clear.
We're making it clear.
So more you're incompetent.
Who here rocket scientists to come and tell you say Mahama is incompetent or NDC government
Obi is incompetent. As soon as you have done it,
in 2001, President Kufuor a car over 2 years, and in 2008, the level are not the Ghana edu. Ghanaians abroad everywhere, most of them pack their things to come home. Okay, because woman who say economy no grow. President Mahama is one of the fortunate presidents ever had in this country, with the legacy of oil. President Kufuor address for discover to be na President Mahama ni must be taking over. All the developments President Kufuor did, there was no even oil money. Okay, but look at that time our GDP stock, the industries, social infrastructures and everything that he put in place. That is what we call competent government. Now, with President Mahama, everything now, MPP, every collapse. That is why we say he's incompetent. A typical example is national health insurance. May say they are going to go on strike again. Because the government failed to pay. This time, Omas are accumulating huge sums of money. Hospitals now they don't want to accept national health insurance.
Is it that if
decide to be president and appoint Kofi Adam or you to run a place, if you don't run it well, I don't go to Kofi Adam, you come to me. Therefore, if you put square pegs in a round hole, that is the insult you get. President Mahama is not born to fire anybody. Why not want to say for the Christmas? And what if I want? And I know. We don't govern like that. What you mean, Sika, Wabaji and Kwajia, Jide Sika, Wabaji and Kwajia. What did I say? Corruption here and there, left and right. So, Koton, Aquatia mines for $17 million. Then you pay $3 million. Now we use facilities. Now we transfer 9. Nobody has said anything. And also, you need a rocket scientist to come and tell you say, when you're competent. Who said that? Everything points at a you say, Kwawusha, and you ma ekoso, our Ghana, and Kofoma, a bread. Maybe Kofi Adam TNE. You can't say you're competent. I know what. Maybe last week, between 29,500 Ghana cedis for students. And maybe, and Rameba, and Kuala City 3, high school, almost free JSS, Echo 63, 31,500 that I have to pay. What you say? Obia, and so, Obia, Yajumania, and Marantia, any Mabawa, and Yajumania, I will for Eduma say. Is that what you call competence?
As a result of GNT now.
As a result of bad governance.
But then you are a philanthropist, so you can decide to do that.
No, won't you say? I can choose not to pay. That is different. But I would chile won't here. Emma will be entering into the bus school fees. And here come one.
When the criticize.
And NDC, President Mahama. Yes, don't laugh. A serious issue, Kofi. And here come one seven. One for paper, what you who mama Aqualama. What for one? Aquala wadi 16, who never cast 8 years. 4 years in Kofi. Don't let us joke. When you have a class of imagine 16,000, not 2011. What I am trying to say, I'm really waiting on saying, any good government.
When you're baby.
Yeah. And you baby. There should be systems that should take care of people. Needy. Say. Social worker, when a man work at 26,000, you know. Yakoto. Yakoto, children say. No. Wait, I am very, very important.
What somebody goes around with.
Social worker. Social worker.
Asking him to talk about issues.
Social worker.
Man, wrap up on this one.
Social worker dey make round. Any pa, guwa, twintua, hospital bills. Ebo hospital neka. And then I'm person oti what you can't competence, incompetence, and as I was your black student, what's your problem today? Maybe I will cast when you prepare another inquire come because who are flying a casino, only no, yes, sir. Now, why a teacher or at the Southern Kofi, and now wife will count about you, rulers watch, Kofi, fake rulers. I said,
Kofi, so, no, Kofi, we're raising,
Adom in there, Obutuma Cassa that way. I don't blame
you. Okay. Niami can say, Jack, or mine be beer coach. Inti Enyasa obi ebe free party mu, and as a be president and son what who say or mine in Koyi. That is my point.
Okay, health. Already critical issue because matters about Obama no problem. But
because
don't worry, I'm saying that already a very critical issue about health.
Incompetence
about health 2016
budget campaign.
Mama a portion one my
say ye ban from manum na ye betina ha enyem wa ye de man krofo no na ye betina ha
part of it.
Please. Before even 2001 me nka de MPP ba ye no na nkrofo bo nkrofo etia o school fees me na me chira de at Sadel College. I knew a number of persons philanthropists no mutua nkrofo o school fees. Entu man betina ha You are an MP. It's part of your responsibility.
It is not part of
to
my
help
responsibility.
your people when you have it.
It is not part of
Now, you also help others. We do it every day. So tell
the world. So we are the school fees. And go be problem
because part and parcel
of
the world
process. And go be a funny problem.
Okay,
that is what I want to
Japan.
A part and parcel of the world process. And Bill Gates will come and help some countries, others will come and help. So continue now which in school fees now they are bound from enum boy now they are bay that is not the way to go about
what is
it is not good of
what is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? What say man I won't phone to give your school fees what say stop that? What say man national health insurance what say stop that?
Incompetent direction of argument and been a why exhibit one pay adena nipa no ntiase enti wo bisana akwa today we drew krobina yebo
Honorable Kere Japan. Honorable Kere Japan. Yeah.
Honorable
Kere Japan. Yes, please.
I have given you.
Can you please allow him to make his point?
What's your politics? A poor teacher like you.
Honorable
keep insulting Ghanaians. But as I say,
could you make your point?
I would never do drugs.
Make your point.
Me, I will never do drugs. I will go through a genuine
Honorable Kere Japan. Honorable Kere Japan. Please. Honorable Kere Japan. 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 Honorable Kere Japan.
I will buy food because I will never do drugs. You have been accused. Bature have accused me many times. Have you challenged him? Have you challenged him?
Let us. No. Honorable Kere Japan. Please. Honorable Kere Japan. Honorable Kere Japan.
I will listen.
Please. What is that?
What do you mean?
No, but Honorable Kere Japan. Honorable Kere Japan. Who are drug dealer? Who are drug dealer? Who are drugs?
National security. Let them come and
Honorable Kere Japan. Honorable Kere Japan. Honorable Kere Japan. Honorable Kere Japan. Honorable Kere Japan.
I say I won't do drugs.
We are Bema, who to you,
okay, so yeah, the show has come. No, Kofi. I am sorry for my viewers. No, hold on, Kofi. No, please. Yeah, the show no Abanewe. Thank you very much. We will not talk about. No.
Next time we invite me to come and pair with this.
No, you have not. You guys have not respected. It's okay. Thank you very much.